Welcome to Mr. Beebop. Dame Agatha Mary Clarissa Christie was an English writer known for her 66 detective novels and 14 short story collections, particularly those revolving around fictional detectives Hercule Poirot and Miss Marple. She also wrote the world's longest-running play, The Mousetrap, which has been performed in the West End since 1952, as well as 6 novels under the pseudonym Mary Westmacott. In 1971, she was made a dame for her contributions to literature. Guinness World Records lists Christie as the best-selling fiction writer of all time, her novels having sold more than 2 billion copies. Here are 20 quotes on writing by Dame Agatha Christie, which gives us a glimpse of her life as a writer. I myself was always recognized as the slow one in the family. It was quite true, and I knew it and accepted it. Writing and spelling were always terribly difficult for me. My letters were without originality. I was an extraordinarily bad speller and have remained so until this day. Writing is a great comfort to people like me, who are unsure of themselves and have trouble expressing themselves properly. Authors are shy, unsociable creatures, atoning for their lack of social aptitude by inventing their own companions and conversations. Many friends have said to me, "I never know when you write your books because I've never seen you writing or even seen you go away to write. I must behave rather as dogs do when they retire with a bone. They depart in a secretive manner and you do not see them again for an odd half hour. They return self-consciously with mud on their noses. I do much the same." The secret of getting ahead is getting started. The best time to plan a book is while you're doing the dishes. Plots come to me at such odd moments, when I am walking along the street or examining a hat shop. Suddenly, a splendid idea comes into my head. On being asked whether she draws her characters from people she knows, "No, I don't. I invent them. They are mine. They've got to be my characters, doing what I want them to do, being what I want them to be, coming alive for me, having their own ideas sometimes, but only because I've made them real." Nothing turns out quite in the way that you thought it would when you are sketching out notes for the first chapter or walking about muttering to yourself and seeing a story unroll. I've always believed in writing without a collaborator. Because where 2 people are writing the same book, each believes he gets all the worry and only half the royalties. God bless my soul, woman. The more personal you are, the better. This is a story of human beings, not dummies. Be personal. Be prejudiced. Be catty. Be anything you please. Write the thing your own way. We can always prune out the bits that are libelous afterwards. There is a right length for everything. I think myself that the right length for a detective story is 50,000 words. I know this is considered by some publishers as too short. Possibly, readers feel themselves cheated if they pay their money and only get 50,000 words. So 60,000 or 70,000 are more acceptable. If your book runs to more than that, I think you usually find that it would have been better if it had been shorter. Three months seems to me quite a reasonable time to complete a book, if one can get right down to it. There was a moment when I changed from an amateur to a professional. I assumed the burden of a profession, which is to write even when you don't want to, don't much like what you're writing, and aren't writing particularly well. There always has to be a lapse of time after the accomplishment of a piece of creative work before you can in any way evaluate it. I learned in the end never to say anything about a book before it was written. Criticism after you have written it is helpful. You can argue the point or you can give in, but at least you know how it has struck one reader. Your own description of what you are going to write, however, sounds so futile that to be told kindly that it won't do meets with your instant agreement. In the old days, the public didn't really mind much about accuracy. But nowadays, readers take it upon themselves to write to authors on every possible occasion, pointing out flaws. People should be interested in books, not their authors. I can't imagine why everybody is always so keen for authors to talk about writing. I should have thought it was an author's business to write, not talk. The urge to write one's autobiography, so I have been told, overtakes everyone sooner or later. Thank you for watching. See you again next time.